Fantastic Plastic. One of the niche model companies that is well known to the hardcore science fiction community is Alan Urey's Fantastic Plastic. Started in 2002 as a website for the primary purpose of showcasing his impressive collection of over 400 science fiction and aerospace related models, not to mention his enormous stash of over 1,500 unbuilt kits, Fantastic Plastic was designed initially simply as a showcase, a way to share his passion. The name of the company, of course, is derived from the name of the website, which is pretty straightforward given his large collection of fantastic plastic model kits. Eventually, the operation expanded, and in 2005, Fantastic Plastic made its first resin kit, an Avro 730 jet bomber. And before you ask, yes, resin is technically a plastic. Things took off from there for this virtually one-man show, and he has been producing limited runs of new kits ever since. To date, the company has produced more than 140 kits, principally experimental and conceptual aircraft and spacecraft, as well as vehicles from popular science fiction movies and television shows. So how did this first kit come to be? Although an avid model builder since age 9, Alan knew that he did not possess the technical skills to make the master patterns or cast resin, so he farmed these duties out to others. The idea of subcontracting was something he had learned about from his day job as an advertising and marketing copywriter. The job of creating the Avro 730 was assigned to Scott Lothar of Part-Time Models, another essentially one-man show. The model turned out to be a success. Alan had always wanted to run his own kit model company, and through the use of affordable resin model making, a network of talented sculptors, and the global reach of the internet, he was able to become the nexus for a cottage industry that has become synonymous with unusual science fiction kits. His background in advertising and marketing was invaluable to the success of the company. Now, it is important to understand that with resin, you only get about 50 models per mold. The Flash Gordon rocket ship from the 1930 serial is one of his most popular kits. With about 500 units sold, it means he has had to have the master pattern remolded at least 9 times. Bear in mind that 500 kits is not enough to make a profit with injection molding, but is very good for a resin kit. Other good sellers have been the FA-37 Talon from the 2002 movie Stealth, the Battlestar Pegasus from the series Battlestar Galactica, and the Planet of the Apes Icarus, each of which has sold over 400 units. Alan stated that without a doubt his worst-selling kit was the Tremulous Zero Fighter, which has sold less than 50 units, which is a little surprising given the rather believably exotic look of the rocket plane, which was an actual paper concept aircraft from one of the 20th century's most celebrated industrial designers. Since the rights to major properties such as Star Wars are prohibitively expensive, they are clearly out of the reach of small kit makers. This is one of the things that drives these model makers toward the more exotic concept vessels. The upside of this is that these companies provide an incredible array of models that would otherwise be the sole domain of kit bashers. An occasionally recurring complaint from some customers is the high cost of Fantastic Plastics kits, so let's take a look at why they cost what they cost. The expense of creating a new model, even in resin, can top $5,000. Then you have to pay for box art, decals, advertising, and packaging. The kits usually retail above $100, but when you look at these examples, you realize what goes into getting a kit to market, which explains the seemingly high cost. You quickly realize that Fantastic Plastic must sell a full run of 50 kits just to squeak out a small profit. And that does not include the lost revenues on kits that fail to sell out their initial run. There are some other specialty companies, many of whom Alan has worked with, such as Anagram Models and Unicraft. Each has their niche, and Fantastic Plastics is concept, prototype, and unusual aerospace, amongst others. In the spirit of full disclosure, I must admit that after starting this video, I finally pulled the trigger and bought a Tremulous Zero Fighter. I think it looks cool and had considered getting one before. I look forward to posting the finished product when I'm done building it. Well, that is really all I have for Fantastic Plastic. If you have any interest in these types of models, I would suggest you give them a perusal. This is a resin model company that is run with heart and a true love of both manufacturing and building models, as well as their exotic subject matter. Well, I'm Max of Max's Models. Thanks for watching.
It's about time, it's about space, about two men in the strangest place. It's about time, it's about flight, traveling faster than the speed of light. Here is their tale of the brave crew. As through the barrier of time they flew, past the fighting Minutemen, past an armored knight, past a Roman warrior, to this ancient site. It's about cavemen too, about a time when the earth was new. Where do they see what is in sight? Is it good luck or is it good night? It's about two astronauts. It's about their fate. It's about